Lou, so big report, out of the ANA a couple weeks ago. A lot of talk. Certainly, that's part of the conversation here. I know you're you're with the ANA. You're a marketer. You have a point of view. Give us your take on the report, what it means, what's important about it.
Yeah, I think, Andy, and I need to say up front that I am on the ANA Transparency Committee, so there's limited things that I can say. But what I will say is that I thought the content of the report was accurate. I think that the report was clear that certain activities were taking place without making any implications. And I think it was really a wake-up call for marketers like myself to make sure that our contracts are clear about our expectations of our agencies and their holding companies. And so for me, the opportunity is to set the bar clearly moving forward. And what I mean by that is whatever may or may not have happened in the past, it is troubling, but I'm more focused on making sure it doesn't happen in the future. And so the opportunity, I think, for most marketers is to really understand what's in the ANA report, reflect on their own agency and their master services agreement, make updates to that agreement that would preclude the agencies from doing the things that they might have, and I emphasize might have been doing, as the K2 report suggests, and really focus on the future. We as marketers are incredibly dependent on our agencies, and we need to operate the business. And no one can step back with their arms folded and kind of go into this protracted he said, she said, because we need to keep moving forward. The point is, we now understand that we need to define the agency relationship more clearly. We need to define the behaviors that are not acceptable by the holding company and other intermediaries, and move forward with the business. So I think at the end of the day, the ANA has done a good thing by uncovering these potential issues and giving marketers an opportunity to address them. And so in that respect, I applaud them, and I've had great conversations with my agencies. They know exactly where I stand. We're making changes in our contracts to ensure that moving forward, if these things happened in the past, they cannot happen again.
And Lou, let me just ask you, do you think reading the report, it was about what you expected, it wasn't too bad, or it was really bad? Like, how would you rate the report? And, obviously you're embracing the report, but how do you see it in terms of your own sort of reaction to the findings?
I could never say that the content that was in the report was something that I expected. I have a very perhaps old world definition of what an agency model is, and there were things in that report that would suggest that my definition is either out of date or needs to be updated. So in that respect, it was not what I was expecting. I think the report was incredibly thorough. I know that some folks have been like, well, why aren't names named, or why a million other things. In my opinion, the report clearly achieved what the objective was, which was to give marketers an opportunity, again, to reflect on where they stand, how does their contract treat some of the issues that were bubbled up, and if there are gaps, it's an opportunity to clean it up. So it's about, I always say, look forward and hope, not back in anger.